Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This Sagittarius is your intuitive reading for the time between the 12th and the 18th of June. I'm going to draw some cards looking at love, finances and career, and general overall key energy for the week of the 12th to the 18th, okay? I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we'll get started on your reading. Okay, my darlings, card at the base of the readings for you guys is the Three of Wands. Now, the card at the base of the reading is really the perspective that you need to see this whole entire reading through, or this week through, okay? And that is the energy of the Three of Wands. Now, remember, number threes are about our expansion, our growth, and our ultimately our understanding. And understanding comes from the directions, the things that we've been and the places that we've been and the things that we've experienced, recognizing that it's time now. I've understood and I've gained something, and now it's time for me to reap my rewards. So this seems to be that time. It's as if new energy is coming towards you, new opportunities are coming towards you, and things that you have garnered, things that you have tried to engineer, and you've been, see, that's the thing. It's been hard to get here, and you know that now it's time for you to be rewarded almost, okay? So let's have a look at your first key energy, key, K-I. I like my little puns, guys. Let's look at the first key energy, Sagittarius, for this week. And we've got the Six of, what's that card? Swords. Okay, excellent. Sword energy, about our thoughts, our minds, our clarity, our consciousness, our communication, what we say and think, and what we allow ourselves to say and think, okay? And number six, is the energy, is a number of wisdom. Again, also it's a number of beauty. Beauty is about the recognition of the value of something, and in this instance, it's the value of the 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5 of swords. The conflicts, the challenges that you've been through, the mentally, the toll, the trying to make decisions, or trying to make a decision, or trying to be decisive. The toll that's taken on you mentally has been quite hard. This, we could be stretching back now for at least 3 months ago, whatever, March time. So look back at your March readings, actually, but you just might remember off the top of your head, Sag. Maybe something that's been going on since March, a decision you've been trying to make since March, or something happened in March and you've been trying to work it out. It's as if that energy, you are finally, that thing, you're finally overcoming it this week. See, some of you could have been in conflict, as in direct conflict with another person, or with a business, with something, and it's as if the conflict is being resolved. Could be with an ex-partner, whatever, I don't know. But it seems that this week, there's unity again. There's a coming together. There's an understanding. There's clarity. There's balance coming in again. Being restored. As I said, after a time, you could have been in separation with someone, for example. We'll look at this right at the end. There could have been something, whatever it is for you as an individual. There's a coming together. There's a meeting of minds. There's an understanding that's reached this week, and maybe that's just within yourself. But there's definitely, you're coming into understanding and clarity this week, and it's about time. So let's have a look at the energies for love. Okay, so we've got temperance, and we've got the Two of Swords. Let's look at the Two of Swords first, because it's our second sword energy. And we talk about this being a card of being, we talk about this being a card of indecision. So there's two options, there's two things that you are committed to. There's two ideas that you're committed to, and you're refusing to change, or to go in a new direction. It's as if with the Two of Swords, it's as if you know what should be done, you know what needs to be done, you know which direction you need to go in, but you're refusing to sort of acknowledge that, or you have been refusing to acknowledge that. This is maybe in the past, so it might be, as I said, leading up to this week, you know, so, you know, as I said, since mid-February or around March time, there's been you've been indecisive about something, or wanting to make a change, or trying to resolve something with somebody else, or in a love situation, in a love relationship, and it hasn't, you know, you've not budged, or they've not budged, and, you know, anyway, now is the week for recognizing and understanding that this is the situation that you've been in, recognizing and understanding that when it comes to love, you know what you want. When it comes to when it comes to being on good terms with this person, a family member, a friend, a loved one, actually, I do, regardless of the arguments, the conflicts from the past, regardless of what they did or what I did or what they said or whatever, I know that it's better to forgive now. I know it's better to put this down now. I know it's better to let this go now. That's the type of energy. It's like you're coming into an understanding about a situation that's been sort of not plaguing you, but, you know, it's been something that has been a cause for, you know, like the Princess of the Pea, you know, that little pea in the bed. It doesn't matter how many mattresses you put on top of it, you can't quite scratch the feeling that something's not right. And that's kind of like where you've been. Well, it's looking like this week, you know, it's been a slow process with the Temperance energy. This is looking like a retrospect. This is looking like if you stand on Wednesday and look back at over the last 3 months, this is what you see. So it's as if does that make sense? So it's like almost describing what you've been through in a way, and this is kind of where you're going. So it's kind of like saying that it's the end of this sort of slow moving progress this week. It's the beginning of a shift, a meeting of minds, coming into understanding about what you want, about what they want, about what you should do, etc. Okay, the Temperance energy is about, I love this energy. There's a video about temperance in my Key Wisdom playlist, check that out. I love this energy because it's really about it's the measured, it's the card of mindfulness. It's a card about being present. It's a card about being aware. And, you know, awareness, being present in this moment, recognizing I think I know what I want, but I'm denying it. I know what I want, but I'm denying it. I know how I feel about him or about her or about them, but I'm denying it. With Temperance energy, we see that, we know that, we gain that clarity, that wisdom, that understanding, and we have to go through that slowly with that energy of Temperance, because it's with that energy of Temperance that we recognize the beauty or the value in the experience of the last few months of the indecision. It's about recognizing the value of the indecision, the value of, you know, maybe you've learned that because you weren't decisive and you didn't just say I'm leaving or I'm going or I'm staying, whatever it is in this relationship, which this Matt is referring to, or this situation, this romantic situation, for example. It's as if you recognise that you've learnt something about yourself and about your self-esteem and about your self-worth and value because of the fact that you stayed when you knew you should go, for example. Does that make sense? Or because of the fact that you didn't forgive, not because they didn't deserve your forgiveness, just because you were angry at something else, for example. It's like that type of awareness, coming into that type of awareness, okay? This week. So it's very positive, actually. It's very positive and it's expansive. It's very it's showing that you're growing and you're becoming more comfortable in expressing yourself from an authentic place. You're becoming more comfortable in expressing yourself from an authentic place, okay? We've got, this is your energy, King of Wands, and the Two of, that's the third time this has happened. These cards here are looking at your work, basically everything other than love. That's what these cards are looking at. So the general energies, you know, work, finance, whatever. But you can apply them. The reason I said this is the third time this has happened is because this is the third reading I've done. The card that's been at the base of the reading, before I turn the video on and shuffle, it's always come out in the reading. So it's quite interesting. And these came from the middle of the deck, so it's quite funny that. Anyway, so we've got the King of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. Pentacles energy is the energy that we put our energy and effort into in order to create our stability and to manifest our stability. And again, you know, we've got the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Wands here, so we've got 2 twos. So this potentially for some of you is really, this week is about a relationship, but it's something that you're committed to. With number 2s, it's about partnerships and things that we're committed to. And you know, this can be you having 2 options, but it's about the same thing. It's about really making a decision, putting your energy into making a decision, even if it's uncomfortable for you, because you, as I said, this is who you are. King of Wands, you know, you are not finding out, knowing, starting to own your authenticity, starting to recognize it's important to be who you are. And you are, maybe you've struggled with that. Some of you, there was a reading that I did a few weeks ago, the last set of readings I did, and there was a lot. In fact, it's Pride Month, isn't it, this month? So happy Pride to everyone who's well, we're all celebrating. We should all be celebrating, you know, the ability to be ourselves in the world. You know, that's a beautiful thing, and it's no one's choice. It shouldn't be someone else's decision who you are. It shouldn't be, it's not to, and this is kind of like what it's been like. You've maybe, it might not have anything to do with your sexuality at all. It could just be, it's anything, you know. I say it, I give a crazy examples, don't I, that you're a doctor and you want to be a photographer, or you want to climb mountains, or whatever it is, you know. I give these crazy examples, but who you are is who you are. And it's as if now but it's like you've held onto something that wasn't a part of your identity, that was not authentic, in order to appease the people around you or your relationship partner. It's like, for example, people who are very let's say, for example, if you're really, really funny, you know, you're a really, really funny person, yeah, you work in an office and you're just really funny, everyone loves you because you're funny, but your partner is a stand-up comedian, and that's their full-time job, they're a stand-up comedian, and so, but you're funnier than your partner, even though you work in an office, you know, you just do your admin or whatever it is you do, you're the funny one, but your partner is the one who gets paid to be a comedian, but you're funnier. So when you're around your partner, you don't sort of show your full funniness, because, you know, you don't want to overshadow them, for example. Does that make sense? That's kind of like this energy. It's like you'd be hiding your light under a bushel because of a relationship or circumstance or situation, a job, whatever, the competition, whatever, of other people. And it's like, now, hopefully, this will tell us, this is like the outcome, if you will, for the key overall message for the month, for the week. It's as if now you are realising, see, you're a very good person, you're very sort of caring, in the people or the person around you that you're sort of moderating your behaviour for. You don't want to embarrass them because you're so good, for example. You don't want them, do you know what I mean? It's like that. It's like you are this amazing, confident, creative force, and that's who you should be, but you've kind of stopped yourself from being that for other reasons, for other commitments, for another person, or for other commitments. And, you know, this is your sort of outcome for your key energies. It's showing that it's indicating, suggesting there's a new cycle, a new start available to you in this current situation. However, that is going to require a huge amount of strength and courage, you facing up to your truth and living it. And that's a huge thing, you know. I was thinking today how much I miss the kids, you know, that when I was a teacher, you know, for 10 years, I miss the children, sort of children. They were like 11 to 18, so they weren't children. But I miss the kids so much, and the reason I miss them is because they are such a barometer of authenticity. Like, I could not, I'm very sensitive, as you know, as I say, you cannot go into a classroom every single day full of 30 different kids, you know, teach all these kids every single day and lie about who you are, about what's important to you, about what matters in this world, about what matters about them. You can't lie to them and say, like I was doing, you can't lie to them and say it's really, really important to get your GCSEs and in your exams, when the truth, well, it is important, but what's more important is their mental health and well-being. I taught a lot of kids from dysfunctional families or from dysfunctional backgrounds and upbringings, and I wanted them to realize that they matter and they can do anything, and it matters if they don't feel okay, and it matters if they're not feeling confident, and I want to help them through that, for example. But I never could in mainstream schools because I'm an English teacher, so you've got to get your degree and you've got to go to college. And anyway, being confronted with those faces every single day taught me to be, every single day, to be more and more real about who I am. And that takes a huge amount of strength. It takes, because you don't know where that road is going to lead. You can't see where it's going to lead. Even though there's opportunities there, you don't know what those opportunities are going to bring the more you are yourself. And it takes a huge amount of courage, because as I said, I started that and then now I'm here. So it takes a huge amount of courage to take those steps, if you will. And it's kind of like saying for you this week, you need to be imbued with this strength. I'm going to give you this card nice and close up. Hello, get it. You know, get that focus on that card, focus on that energy. You know, try to sort of breathe it in almost, because you need that strength, Sagittarius, this week to, as I said, not necessarily taking charge this week, because this is a masculine card. So masculine cards are about the directions that we go in, you know, taking action, moving, what we do. And the feminine energies are about what we understand because of the actions that we've taken. So it doesn't, so, you know, there is movement here, but I really think that the most important thing is just literally recognizing these things that you have been hiding, or reducing yourself, or keeping yourself hidden, or parts of you hidden, or hiding your light, dimming your light, because of how that might affect the self-esteem of somebody else, or the people that you work with, or the person you're in a relationship with, or the family, for example. Okay, so you apply it. It's calling on you this week to be strong and to move away from the indecision, by recognizing that the indecision is there, by recognizing that there is more than one option, and there is more than one you, and there is more than one aspect of yourself that deserves to be out in the world. Okay, so my darlings, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That's how you support my channel, and let me know in the comments what you think about the new format, because I'm trying to reduce the cards because it's so intense for me, being as sensitive as I am. It's very overwhelming. That's why I've been so exhausted for the last, I don't even know how many weeks it's been now. Let me know what you think. I'll read all your comments. I won't respond to all of them, but I will definitely read them and respond to some of the comments. Don't forget to follow me on Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook for extra little snippets. And I'll be back next week, my darlings, with your brand new reading. Take care, my darling Sagittarius. Bye.